that a question?
Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Unholy Trinity podcast.
I think that's a question.
Now, before we get started, I just wanted to talk about something real quick with y'all.
It's coming out.
This is a little segment I'd like to call "Update on the Grilled Situation."
Situation.
Now, I haven't really been able to talk about this on the podcast,
All hands
but
on deck.
now it's good. I think. For our little audience, if you're out there,
Little.
can't stress this enough. Don't eat it grilled anymore. We're all going on strike this week. We're having a big walkout on Saturday.
Rather, you can't eat it at grilled because there's no one's there.
Well, I mean, there will be people there because we don't need to really get into the way they'll try and stop that,
Right.
but it'll be obviously like managers and stuff aren't going to go on strike
Corporate's gonna-
because they're all,
Never talked about politics before.
this isn't politics. This is my life.
Grilled-
This is my life, son.
Grilled is
That's
very
what they all
political.
But
say.
yeah, point being, don't eat it grilled. If you eat it grilled, unsubscribe from our podcast, you dogs. But
Watch
yeah,
our subscribers all
I
fucking
guess
drop.
I don't know, boycott grills or something.
See, I always was a
Yeah,
Grilled boycotter.
so because basically, and you'll hear about this on the news on Saturday probably because we put out a media release. Well, we're gonna put one out on that day or whatever. But
alien.
basically, yeah, they underpay like below minimum wage to all of the trainees.
Yes.
This especially affects like Grow deploys a lot of like school children, college
School-age
students.
So that's all fast food. Come on, fast food.
Well, this is
Come on, hospo.
the traineeship is like actually well below minimum wage, so it's like it's really bad. You're getting like, I'm thinking like if you're like, I think if you're like around 18 or something, you're getting paid like $14 an hour or
Gee.
something. It's like it's really bad.
You're meant to train people as an investment, anyways. And if you don't like them to waste your money on them, just don't train them in the first place.
Yeah, they're also doing like a weird thing with like, well, actually, I don't know how I can really talk about the new EA agreement, but they're doing things that affect hours that, especially, I feel like fuck over school people because you can't really work during normal hours to make it harder on them and stuff. There's a lot of new stuff with that. General working conditions are bad. A lot of OHS safety shit. I don't know.
What's this?
yeah.
Australian is OHS still? America's OHS for sure.
Yeah, well, I did an OHS
Health
thing,
and
so
Safety
But there's a
Department.
specific one by the Vic government. WHS?
that would have probably been what I had. Well, we still call it OH at work.
Probably.
Victoria has their own
Construction one
standards
is
that's
work
separate
safe.
from America.
But anyway, yeah,
It's Victoria OH.
it probably is.
I don't know.
Anyway, bad.
Fact check.
It's just all bad. So just for being grilled bad. Don't give your money to them. If
Never
you would
will.
rather give money, just like you could donate to
The
our
cause.
union. Yeah, the United Workers Union.
For the grilled
for our
workers
strike
out there,
fund and all
join
that.
your union.
Cool stuff. Well, that was my little segment on the
Grilled
situation.
See, I thought you were gonna start it right off the bat with a talk tour.
Oh, you already just started with the.
Now, because
Okay, I'll jump right
you
into that if you
specifically
want
said
me to.
I need to talk about something.
Oh, you thought
Oh,
I
yeah,
was-
talk here.
We're gonna have a talk to a podcast.
Well, I guess
Podcast.
since you really wants to talk about it, this is back to our regular scheduled programming.
All right,
By the way,
I did listen to the.
welcome to the Unholy Trinity podcast.
I said that at the start.
You did?
Yeah.
Anyway.
It wasn't Unholy. This was the Boycott Grill podcast.
Yeah.
Well, now let's talk about talk tour.
Anyway, yeah.
Podcast.
So I don't know as the. Yeah, I did listen to the Dog Tour podcast
I
this
like
week.
how you said talk in two different ways. Let's talk about the talk tour.
Gotta make it specific.
His Americanisms crept in a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Because it should be the other way around because it's talk tour. It's American.
Yeah. We
So
say
let's
talk.
about talk
Yeah.
tour.
Anyway.
Mm.
Yeah, I listened to the most recent episode with Jojo Siwa.
Yeah.
For research purposes, I want to know what a successful podcast is like, you know?
Yeah.
You get Jojo Siwa.
You get JoJo
That's how
Siwa.
you be successful.
And I gave it the benefit of the doubt. I listened to a full episode, and it was pretty bad. But like, I don't know. It's just I'm also not the target demographic, so I know a lot of people online are like actively angry at it. Where I'm like, it's kind of bad. I don't think the host is okay. She's not super. I don't really think the Hog 2 girl's that charismatic. I don't know if that's what, like
her only claim
not enough to like
was,
hold a talk show. It's still I don't know. Like, for all intents and purposes, I was just gonna say like she's a Jimmy Fallon or something who like you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's not like you can't really get that good guest interaction. But like she's never like this is just a podcast, you know, like that she just suddenly made, you know, type shit. But like it's not the worst thing in the world. It's for like a specific demographic, and I'm not that demographic, so like I don't care that much. I did chuckle a few times because it was bad, but like I don't know.
I mean, it is riding off the wave of her initial success.
Yeah, which like
the Hawk Tour clip.
Yeah, which I'm fine with. Like I would do that too.
Yeah, but do you think this podcast is sustainable in the long run?
Well, you see, like, okay, just from my perspective, right? If I like looked over like her episodes we had so far, I saw JoJo C when that's the only person I knew, and I was like, okay, 1 out of 5 episodes I'm interested in. Interested in.
It's generally mid though.
Huh?
It's a mid podcast.
Yeah, I don't know what she does on the ones where she doesn't have guests. Yeah. Also, like, it's a weird format because she's the host, but also she'll be treated as the guest as well because they have another host.
Oh, yeah.
And she'll like kind of spin questions around to be kind of interviewing her as well.
Okay.
Which kind of I don't particularly like that because I don't care. Like, I mean, it's her podcast, but like she's meant to be hosting the guest, right?
Yes. I mean,
so, like, in my like comparison here, like, imagine if Jimmy Fallon did a segment, like an interview, and he just started talking about himself the entire time. Yeah, it's like,
it would be the Jimmy
it's a little
Fallon
bit of that.
show.
Yeah.
I suppose the whole premise was based around her personality.
Parasocial.
Would you have a parasocial relationship with a Hawk Tour? Well, as in, like, you saw the Hawk Tour clip. You said,
I have to be the Hawk Tour to be the
Yeah, well, I guess, yeah. So
I definitely want to know more about that.
We're going to go deep analysis on this, right? Well, I guess her claim to fame, right, is that one little clip of her going to Hawk Tour. Yeah. So the entire podcast kind of has to revolve around, like, the sex lives of everyone on the show.
Or,
like, that's the thing. Does it
revolve around her accent at all? Like,
no. It's about, it's like I don't want to, it's a sex podcast, right? Yeah. Like, that's the thing, right?
Sure.
So they'll get the guests to come on and then go way too in depth into their sex life. I didn't need to know that about JoJo, and why did they do me like that?
Yay.
But
JoJo's the perfect.
They have a segment which is like literally called like, oh, what makes a whoever go crazy in bed or something, which is like from the clip, right? So yeah, that's
what did JoJo
they kind of
say?
just have to branch off that and make an episode out of that, if that makes sense. Yeah, and it's just not interesting to me.
It is
but
a limited
it's probably interesting to a demographic of people. Like, I don't know, people who.
You ever want to know what JoJo Siwa has to say?
I should have known better.
That? But yeah, it's limited in scope. I feel because it's based on a viral clip.
Yeah,
and you gotta base the whole proper podcast of that.
Yeah,
and a limited personality, I say.
The JoJo aspect was more interesting because sometimes she'd talk about like things I found interesting, like people's reactions to karma and how that made her feel, and like all of that sort of stuff, and like how she deals with fame or whatever. I guess like that's so interesting. I also talked about shootings. Mm-hmm. That was a big topic that came up.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That makes the boys go crazy in bed.
Yeah. Like shooting or like.
No, actual pretty serious stuff, I guess. But in the podcast, it doesn't deal with serious stuff. I don't know. It was a bit of a junk episode. It ended really abruptly, but who's to say? It's a successful podcast. It has an audience, and I'm not mad at it. I just thought it was just an interesting listen to be like, what's this about? It's all good, but like it's not.
Do you think
I'm never going to address it again. This is what I would want to do.
Is it a genuine audience, or is it just by virtue of, what do you call it?
Temporary fad.
Yeah.
Well, because I would have gone off your thing and been like, I would have maybe got like audience would listen to one episode and then be done with it for the bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I don't know if you're 5 episodes deep and it's still at charting pretty high. I think it does have an audience.
But there's that aspect of now it's a meme to watch the talk.
Yeah. Oh, and I like how she'd be like, over ad breaks, she'd go and address the audience and it'll be like, all right, what's up, girls? And I'll be like, yeah, that's me. I'm just like,
all the girlies.
All the girlies.
Have you seen that Mr. Beast ad where they watch Talk Tour in the theater?
No, I don't fuck with Mr. I have. Apparently, the Mr. Beast stuff is keep getting worse, but I stopped following it before it started getting really interesting.
But the meme went to that point of where Mr. Beast doing a bit about it.
Well, on the recent Talk Tour episode, they were talking about how SNL did a bit about it as well, and then Haley was like, "Sorry, I didn't mean to first name. We're not on a first name, but maybe we are." Haley, if you're watching this, invite me on the podcast. We can do it. But yeah, she was talking about how it's like the highest honor for her to be parodied on SNL.
How about Mr. Beast? Do a bit.
No, not really. Mr. Beast is like his entire life is his.
Mr. Beast says, "What if we watch the Unholy
Mr. Beast?
Podcast?
Maybe he needs it, man, because he's in a lot of hot water
so deflecting
around them kids or something.
Come on,
maybe
Haley.
allegations.
Start an affair with Mr. Beast and shoot his infamy up even more.
Yeah.
And I think I heard something about, may I say, Haley being an Israeli citizen with a southern accent.
Don't think so. Well, I didn't talk about it. They didn't talk about it on the podcast, so like I don't know.
I heard this somewhere.
Yeah.
Take that with a grain of salt. Fact check it.
And that has nothing to do with the Talk Tour anyway.
No, it relates to a person.
Sure.
And her origins of the accent.
I think she's a Southern Belle.
Yeah, but people are saying that's fake.
Putting on an accent. Yeah. Oh no! What a controversy.
You got to be genuine, even as a person, as a public.
When's a public figure ever been genuine?
Joker.
That's true. That is.
Yeah, he did come out and say, "Hey, I ain't him.
He is so real."
True that. But I was going to branch off something we said earlier into. No.
You got the Hawks, and you count the Hawks.
The fuck?
And the Hawks do burnouts.
It's like a preacher.
I was almost going to talk to you. It was like, what street are you on? On Park Street. Why not? And
that's one of the.
No, it's not. And then you count the Hawks doing burnouts, and you know what? That's Hawk 1. And that one over there, that is
Hawk 2.
Well, I was going to say something off the back of it. I'm trying to remember.
To buy you time.
Just go back through what we were saying.
So we were counting Hawks.
We're talking about Mr. B.
Controversy, affairs.
Oh, no, SNL. Yeah. Okay, actually, I wanted to branch off. So are we done with the topic of Talk Tour? Can I move on to another thing?
Get the fuck out of here.
You see what I did there? I did a tour. Mm-hmm. So yeah, speaking of SNL, I don't know if we might be doing that for next week's episode. I think the SNL movie. I don't know if it's showing in Australia. I guess we'll do it.
That movie's coming out.
I've heard it's good. But speaking of SNL stuff, I don't know if this is a big deal to you guys. If you're a big SNL fan back in when we were kids or whatever, not 1990, like a few years ago. But anyway, Lonely Island is back.
Holy shit! The reunion.
They put out a new song. And I think it debuted on SNL as like a digital short. Remember those things? Those are pretty cool. They were the ones that like defined the digital space for SNL. Like,
I suppose.
Yeah. Underrated, but like people know them, but like underrated. You know what I mean?
I'm on a boat.
They did say that. But yeah, their new song, I listened to it, genuine banger. And don't worry, my opinion is validated because Melon put it best track of the week. So yeah.
Shout out to Melon.
Yeah. But yeah, not SNL. Lonely Island's back, and that was cool for me.
Is it a one-off or is it going to be a continuing thing?
I hope it continues, man, because that was it. It did get me hyped. It did get me a bit hyped. Okay. Yeah.
Just a bit now.
That's good news.
I think we listen to Lonely Island sometimes when we walk home from school.
Maybe.
Maybe, because I remember you getting me some albums.
Yeah. Was there a Lonely Island album? I feel like we just listened it off videos.
Nah, they put out like 4 albums back in
Did you ask for an album?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's how I got
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, but yeah, real shit. Point being, yeah, good stuff. That's something I listened to this week and I did enjoy that. Speaking of music, actually, just a quick one before I hand it over to you guys. I went to Olivia Rodrigo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Olivia was in town.
And yeah, she was awesome. She's amazing. She's like such a good performer. I was already talking to Dio about this a bit, but like they did cool camera stuff, including the Breaking Bad camera where you go up through the floor.
Yes.
Yeah, like, they got floor POV.
Yeah, but instead of like meth, you got Olivia.
In Breaking Bad, it was the dissolving dead body.
Yeah, and
meth.
Anyway, yeah, she was so good, great performer. I was like 3 people away from her, so I was like up close. So I was like, oh my god, hello. And she didn't. Nah. Well, she waved in like general. Like I don't think she waved at me this time.
No eye contact.
Yeah.
Sad.
She also did Fell.
Yeah, and yesterday's show, but she's okay. She was actually posting like funny things about it.
Best wishes.
Yeah, God.
Speedy recovery.
I was listening to a podcast earlier where someone talked about how they fell on a purpose. But this was not fall on purpose.
Yes.
Oh.
So the trapdoor guy forgot that the trapdoor was open.
Yeah.
Shout outs to that guy.
Where's the LHS?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got insurance for that.
So good. Loved it. She's a great performer. It's incredible. It was worth it. We lined up for so many hours because we were told to come early, right?
Yeah.
And then we expected it because I like come at 3 something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we expected like the doors to be opened at 3 something, but instead they like wristbanded us and made us stand outside for 2.5 hours. It was like the hottest day, right? The sun coming down, and it was like
Melbourne, go fuck yourself.
Got him.
Which I'm a little bit confused about because I've never had that experience at any other VIP concert thing. This is the only one. Weird. Because, usually they go, doors at this time, come at that time. It's like, come at this time.
And it wasn't even the first one of the tour.
Nah. Talk tour?
Subconscious.
Yeah, if we went on a tour, an Illuminati tour, we'd have to call it the Talk tour.
Yeah. Sure.
This has become the new Illuminati.
I'm claiming that if that ever. You know how one time you're like, we should go on a road trip around Australia? We bring the podcast and do live shows in the middle of the street. Yeah. And we call it a talk tour.
All right.
And then we ask, what's the thing that makes the men go crazy? Bed.
No one's responding to that. Everyone's all over it.
Yeah.
But it has to be film related, so they have to say what movie
makes men go crazy in bed. Specifically in bed.
And you say Joker.
Joker 2.
Joker 2.
And the Talk to a podcast on Blu-ray.
True. Yeah, generally, I feel like this show's not going to go more longer than a season, right?
Probably not, unless it gets more and more funny. You know, the whole bang.
Also, I don't think it's not a real podcast because I think it's all shot in advance. It's not weekly. Like it's released weekly, but I don't think it's like
that's still a podcast.
That's not a real podcast.
What do you mean?
That's just a TV show. I
podcast
think that's
can be shot in.
Yeah, but like most podcasts, right? It's like they're actually doing it each week because it's like I think it comes from like
unless
radio
it's
shows,
like all
right?
Shot in a bulk in one day.
Yeah, that's why I think it is.
Okay. It's meant to be a cast, like live. Cast.
Yeah, but I don't think this one is because they've done like promotion where they've done trailers showing the guests, and that can't be the case.
Right.
So I'm calling you out, Haley, for the fraud you are. Even though I don't really care, except that should be our spot.
But
That
also,
you
is it
understand.
her idea and her show, or does she have producers?
Yeah,
making
guess
all
who
of
it's
this
produced
shit?
by?
Yeah.
It's a big name.
Oh god,
CNN.
no.
Nah, it's someone I feel like we all actively don't like.
Mr. Beast.
It's really close, right along that line.
Linus Tech Tips.
Logan
For that one time, he used a hard R. That was a
Logan
reference
Paul
to
produced.
yeah, it's Logan Paul.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
And
that's why I saw it in the trailer where he's showing all the different guests. Logan Paul's on the show. And I was like, how did she get him on? Oh wait, he's the producer.
And she's also getting signed onto Kick.
Really?
The live stream.
Yeah.
What's she going to live stream about?
Personality.
Like a
Live
talk
streaming
to
is
her.
all
No, but like it'll be the
parasocial.
talk to her podcast, but live.
No, it's just her.
Which is what it should be, I guess.
Yeah,
in
it's
a
just
way.
her.
But like, yeah.
She's gonna play games or some shit.
Hey guys, today we're playing the Hawk Tour
Actually, you know what
Simulator.
the I Talk to You podcast is? It's not doing a live weekly thing. It's just the Nikocado avocado videos, all pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah.
We're going to prank card player live chat with Hot Tour Girl.
Go.
Hey, spit on that bang! Grenade goes off.
That's just the world we live in.
Hawk.
I guess when you think about it, I feel like she's actually gone on a bit longer than most. Like, not necessarily most memes, like, but the person in the meme. You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
I feel like the Hawk tour
Me.
the Hawk
The
tour
marketing
meme has
better.
sort of declined a bit, but
Yeah.
people are talking about the podcast, and
Yeah,
that's
I
kind of
feel
like a
like
big meme
That's
now.
a smart thing. They're making
Yeah.
momentum by creating new things
Yeah,
Marketing.
mimetically.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so they gotta figure something out after this. The lifespan of the podcast will waver
Yeah.
off. With
But
the
that's
rough.
why I also think she has a genuine audience for the show because
get hooked.
all the time, like someone who has like a micro celebrity moment goes to do a podcast. Like that's the number one
Yeah.
thing, right? Like it's always a podcast, but they always die. But this one, it's got a little bit more.
See,
like
Now that you say it's produced by Logan Paul, do you
Yeah.
think he has a big part in backing the mimetic factor?
yeah,
Since he has his own crew with.
yeah, and he's got a podcast in his own.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of experience in that. And obviously, just money, throw money.
But the weight of that experience, that's what really counts here.
Mm.
And it's a sex podcast. You can't, unless you have new sex experiences every single week and you manage to talk about it for 1 hour or whatever.
That's why they got guests on.
That's why you have
Yeah.
to rely on guests and maybe voicemails.
That's from the promotion before the show came out. That's what I assumed the thing was. It's like a new big guest. You know what? Let's have a look. Just like go through the roster a little bit. Just like have a quick.
Yet,
Check the roster.
10 minutes ago, you said no more talk to a talk.
Yeah,
No
but
more
like
talk to
after this episode, I won't talk about it unless I watch
He's
it. I might.
obsessed.
Yeah.
This is the
Marketing
part.
going
Yeah.
too. This is what happens when Logan Paul's marketing team
Okay,
gets
so like it
behind your
seems.
ass.
So the first episode, she had a guest. The
Okay.
second episode doesn't look like it has a guest. And then 3, 4, and 5 have guests. So is it like
Interesting.
the deal is? I don't know.
What's the deal?
What's the deal with
Mr.
talk
Wolf?
to a podcast?
Wolf Tour.
We'll get into that in a second.
You gotta give him that guac tour.
Guacamole.
Guac.
I don't know.
Guac tour.
Have you guys been
Guac,
listening
guac
to
tour.
the new KSI?
No.
I've heard it.
Yeah.
See, that's another thing. The KSI is in cahoots with Logan Paul in terms of their
Marketing.
crime business.
Yeah.
See, that's another.
You think KSI will be on the pod?
Maybe.
Could be.
Another thing, is it intentional that the song is shit?
Nah,
marketing.
KSI is like embarrassed of it now, I think. I saw some clips of him doing like a live thing and then someone comes out and sings it and he gets like, oh,
Like,
no.
yeah, it is bad.
Yeah, I think he knows it's bad.
Oh, he's getting sick of
He
getting.
brought down Trippie Red
bullied.
with him, I guess.
Mm.
Some would say Trippie Red was kind of already on the deal. I used to.
I would not know.
I was into like trap music and stuff back in You
Amigos.
remember those days? Yeah. So I listened to SoundCloud type.
Who was your favorite SoundCloud?
I used to like Lil Pump, but that dude's like actually gone way off the rails. He went to Dandenong.
That's mad.
Yeah.
The Dandenong
That's crazy.
is part of
man.
his tour.
Yeah.
Was it just a one-off? Like someone invited him to Dandenong?
I don't know. I invited you. I said we should go.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
like, nah, fuck Dandenong.
It's just hood people inviting hood people.
Are you saying Dandenong people are?
Hood?
And,
Yeah. Dandenong is pretty much the hood of Melbourne.
You saying they have no class?
They got their hood class. They can't. I can't compare to them. You know.
Lil Pump's like
Yeah?
not even
wrong.
though. Lil Pump's like just a
He's a
I don't
washed
know.
out rapper.
yeah. He doesn't have any gang affiliation or anything. Lil Pump. I don't think,
No.
as far
He's
as I
not
know,
like
he's
a
not like
6ix9ine.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's not like 6ix9ine.
No, but he's got the respect of the.
Who's also
daddies.
still a terrible person. I don't know if you remember the reason why 6ix9ine was so big. It's because of his weird sex crimes back in the day.
Was it?
Yeah, nah. When he dropped his like first few songs, and a bunch of things came out about him and underage,
Oh.
and then I don't know, he might have gone to jail as well a little bit
Oh, he was
or
like
something. And then there was that
indicted
big,
for a bit.
yeah, there was that thing
'Cause
after
he
that.
he was snitching on his
Yeah, no.
homies.
Yeah.
Then he ran away.
Point being, who was my favorite
SoundCloud rapper.
SoundCloud rapper?
XXX. Rest in-
Once again, he was also quite big for his
Yeah.
crimes as well. His abuse of his girlfriend, which everyone's forgotten about.
He died.
Yeah. That's the case where I'm kind of just like, is everyone fucking stupid? But like, hey.
Was Juice WRLD clean?
As
He's
far
on
as,
the
well, I
juice.
mean, he literally
Yeah.
died from ODing. But like,
Yeah.
other than, like, he didn't do anything bad as far as I know. He seemed
Yeah.
fine.
He did bad
People
things to
liked him.
himself.
Yeah. He collabed with BTS. That was a good thing, I
Yeah.
think.
Did.
Yeah. Yeah, he seemed like a good dude as far as story. I haven't heard
Yeah.
anything bad. I've heard he's a nice guy.
Saw him on Nardwar that one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got his. Everyone gets their mind blown by Nardwar. Juice WRLD was like, "Oh, yeah, that's clearly Juice WRLD's voice getting shocked and surprised."
I mean, I loved Migos back then. That was probably one of my favorite. I don't know if they were they SoundCloud rappers? I don't think they were.
But they were trap.
They were trap, yeah. Some of them have had their problems. I don't know. Offset's a bit of a weird guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the one sort of thing I occasionally keep up with because I follow like him and Cardi. So when they're beefing
Yeah.
on the socials, I have to see
Were
it.
they beefing?
Yeah. They've been beefing for a while now. Lots of allegations flying around between them.
Hardy.
Playboy Cardi.
He's still in the up and
Yeah, he's on the rise.
Yeah.
Wait,
he has his loyal fan
did he
base,
drop?
Cardi.
Did he drop?
Whole Lot of Red was his
Whole Lot
big
of
thing.
Red, and that was a bad song. It's
But
like a
the
bad
fans-
feature
the fans
impression.
loved it.
Well, did they?
Yeah.
I guess some of them did, right? But
Yeah,
some
well, the
people
Cardi loyalists
noticed
did.
it was a Future. Like he sounds exactly like Future.
Mhm.
But I'm not. Wait, we're not a music podcast. I don't know anything about music. You can't.
Absolutely ludicrous.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ludacris.
Shout out to Ludacris.
I'd rather listen to Ludacris.
He's a cool dude, Ludacris.
He has a lot of bangers.
Yeah. I also heard one time the show got cancelled for whatever reason, so he just put on like a private performance
Mm.
for some of
Dang.
his fans, just like randomly.
That's nice of him to do.
He was on Baby with Justin Bieber.
Can you rap, Marge?
I still see your shadows in my room.
My favorite Ludacris
Yeah.
song.
It's a good one.
Yeah. I don't know. But I don't know much about the trap scene anymore. That was a long time ago. So if I
Yeah.
got anything wrong, don't come at me. I don't have any actual strong opinions in any of this.
What you could have said about my actual gang affiliations.
My only opinions I have on the Talk to a podcast, but I'm not
This is
touching that
more than
anymore.
that.
We're done with that. It's over.
Yeah, drill is kind of like the new trap now. Taking over.
Is it? Yeah, sort of. I don't
In
know.
the mainstream rap space.
Sort of. I mean, that's kind of always been there for a bit.
But like it
It's
was
only-
not like the mainstream.
Yeah.
Like, Trap
I think
Drill
it's just
hasn't made
it's
pop
really
radio.
Central C.
Has it not?
Trap did. Drill hasn't really.
Nah, I think Central C definitely
Yeah?
has made. Yeah,
Well, what the fuck do I know?
Ed Sheeran, man.
Yeah.
You got Ed Sheeran. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean Stormzy. I don't even. I guess Stormzy was big a couple years ago more.
I need to shut
Oh,
the fuck
a
up
year ago.
about pop music.
But
I
no,
actively
Central
don't listen to pop music.
Central C 100%. I don't know if they play on the radio because explicit content or whatever. I don't really get.
They
I don't know
have
what
a
people listen to on the radio
I've never
anymore.
even heard that
version.
name.
Central C.
Then
No.
no. Central C.
Never heard of him.
I reckon. Well, he was in this. I remember when he was at Culture Kings in Melbourne,
Oh yeah.
and people go crazy.
I know even less about culture.
We can go band for band.
That's him.
That's him.
Okay.
How can I be homophobic? My bitch is gay.
No, I don't know that
The
one.
classic.
That's like a
quotes.
club banger.
Yeah.
That's like at Billboards they play that back to back to back. It's like he's not like us.
For real.
Essential C. Did something. He's collabed with like Pink Panthers. The recent one with Ice Spice, right? And there's like a whole thing about how he's cheated on his girlfriend with Ice Spice.
I don't hear that kind of.
And then
news.
there's the song that Ice Spice didn't put out is about that, and him go, "Yeah, I did cheat on my girlfriend."
You haven't kept up with the tabloids.
I
He collabed.
don't
He
do
did a
that.
song with Kid Laroi and Jungkook.
Damn, two Aussie legends.
It's funny because when I play that song at work, because they have like a you know that thing, that service, like the live DJ thing, and it says when a song is Australian or not. That comes up as an Australian song.
That's Kid Laroi's on it.
No, because of two Aussie legends,
Yeah, 'cause two Aussie
Jungkook
legends,
and
that's
Kid Laroi. Yeah,
Gotta respect that. So
but yeah.
a bit of drill is on
Yeah.
pop radio.
Yeah, what is a trend in pop now? Brats.
hyper
Red
pop.
song.
Yeah.
Real?
More hyper pop.
I guess Brad.
Yeah,
Probably
that's the only thing I can
hyper
think
pop.
of. Oh, Chapel
Caroline Polachek,
Roan.
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. Yes, yeah, that's.
Sabrina's popping up.
Yeah, Sabrina. Sabrina's amazing. Love Sabrina. Can't wait till she's gonna come back.
Did she come here? this year?
Yeah,
Eras tour.
Eras to her.
Oh yeah, true.
I saw her right in front of me. Oh, incredible. Incredible.
Stunner.
Amazing.
Stunner.
You know what else is popping off? The movies we watch.
Yes.
Did you want to give a thumbs up or thumbs down for the Penguin as it's
Oh
going
yeah,
along?
The Penguin. I kept up. It's on episode 3 so far.
Do the accent. Do the accent.
Don't tell me what happens there. Don't spoil it.
Get me a tuna sandwich.
Because he's a penguin.
I'm a penguin. I'm
He's
a
like Martina, yeah.
I eat
the
mayonnaise like I eat my dad's.
yeah. The things be happening, you know. I think episode 2 and 3. I think we said on the first episode about the first episode. It's your typical mafia setup type.
Yeah. I complained a bit that it wasn't particularly hooking on the first episode.
Yeah. On the second and third, I'd say still on the lane, but you know, with more specific story beats of like, all right, this is how we're gonna scheme this, yada yada yada. But this is happening because of the other thing that happened a while back, and then more backstories. You know,
Yeah.
I don't mind that. And then we have a bit of a conflict with Mr. Penguin, Oz, and the new kid being like the kid starting
His
to
little
think.
boy, he keeps around.
The kid's starting to think, hey, I can't do this forever and I have a girl. Maybe I should leave. But then I was like, no, don't leave.
No, you're too sexy.
Yeah.
Don't leave, don't leave.
And then you find out if he does leave or not.
Damn. You know what that's quite similar to? Agatha all along, because she
She
has a
also
little
got
boy.
That's true. It's the
Yeah.
little boy season.
We're 5 episodes deep into that. I don't want to spoil anything because we'll definitely cover it for the.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got till Halloween. I think the
Alright.
final. They're doing a double
Alright.
episode, but it's good. The latest episode was the best because I think because it had more like horror stuff.
Yeah.
They're leaning into that a bit more. Some stuff that might even scare children potentially.
Ooh.
We also got our big reveals for some of the mysteries of the show.
Mhm.
It is something I really want to talk about it, but I guess we'll talk about it once we've all watched
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for when I pretend to be a 5-year-old and tell you if I get scared or not.
Yeah.
Goo gaga.
But yeah, that's the DC vs Marvel update.
Mhm.
Haha.
But yeah, I think it's going
Haha.
pretty
Tour.
good. Speaking of Hoktua, I
We
mean
gotta
Toktua, let's talk to you about
Yeah.
certain films. What do you want to start with? We're doing
what did
The
we watch
Apprentice
this-
and Wolves.
Mhm. Both movies about great men.
Great man.
Yes.
Great men
Yeah.
doing great jobs.
How many times do you think they said jobs and wolves? And like
Hand jobs.
they every time
Hot
like
foot
work,
jab.
my work,
Oh yeah.
or my guy, or
They did say
they
that.
said that a lot.
Yes.
That was a lot of the script.
Homosexuality. Both movies.
Kinda gay.
Kinda gay.
Well, I guess both movies did have two lead guys with a very homoerotic relationship. But which one do you want to talk about first?
Wolves.
Wolves?
Wolves.
All right.
So
Wolves is the new John Watts film, and you guys probably remember John Watts from the old Spider-Man, Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home trilogy. He also did some films like I think a movie called Clown and a movie called Cop Car. That's the ones that I called Hoktua.
what if the clown was in the cop car?
Giving Hoktua.
Maybe Hoktua.
What if we hold it in the cop car?
Sometimes I feel like I'm a clown in a cop car. Oh wait, did I talk about the Terrifier at all?
Today?
Yeah, or like
On the
on the last episode.
Is that the thing you watched last week?
Watched it like this. Yeah, like last week.
You talked about some movie you liked last week.
Was it The Substance?
Yeah. So you didn't
All right,
talk
I
about
didn't talk about Terrifier. I'll do it at the end then, I guess.
Yeah.
You can stick around for my thoughts on the new Terrifier movie. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, so new John Watts film, bringing together Bradley Pitt and George W. Clooney. Two actors who you guys may
Big name.
remember. They were in Ocean's 11 together. So I guess this is what, a
Their
reunion
second hookup.
type of
Second hookup.
Oh, I also got a thing for you guys.
The Prezi.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you can eat Zappos while we talk.
Uh-oh.
Well, we
While we talk to. Oh, I should have been for the talk to a segment. And we can be trying to.
Man. Now we're gonna really talk to.
We could do this one while doing The Apprentice, so you can like mew with this in your mouth. All right.
Let me.
We'll get around to that. All right. So yeah, real quick. That's the gist of who's in the movie.
That's the jest.
There's a couple of other characters as well, but some of it's a bit spoilery. So
There's the mum from Never Have.
yeah. I recognized her name in the opening credits. So I was like, oh, is she gonna be in it?
Lindsay
was.
Lohan.
Not
It
Lindsay
wasn't.
Lohan.
She's not even in that show.
No.
Anyway, this is it's a buddy cop type beat,
Yeah.
but it's like two what do you call them? Cleaners, like hitman cleaner kind of vibe.
Fixes.
Yeah, they clean up your
Fixes, sure,
problem.
yeah.
Or they fix your problem.
Yeah. This is like it's real John Wick 1 vibes, I guess, in the way it's
Kinda.
like criminal underworld
Yeah.
surface level. There's more to it, but we're not going to get into it in this
Yeah,
movie, sort of thing, you know.
There's Hawk to it.
There's more. Oh my lord. There's more to it. It's
Or do it.
There's more to it.
But yeah. So it's like two guys, and they kind of hate each other, but maybe don't love each other. I did. While watching, I actually
Haters
thought.
to lovers.
I'm gonna say hit you with a quick stereotype here.
Yeah.
Just this is a generalized stereotype. I was thinking like, rom-coms generally women generally,
women in
and like
rom-coms.
just saying, I'm thinking like, is the equivalent for men just like buddy cop, like Bad Boys and stuff? Because
Maybe, if you think
they're
about it,
so. I feel like they're so similar
They have the same
structurally
tropes.
to the
Yeah.
It's the enemies to lovers thing. That's literally just what buddy cop movies are.
Even Rush Hour.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, Jenny from Blackpink put out a music video that has a scene at the start that's a parody of the Rush Hour thing. I don't know if you've seen that.
damn, with Chris Tucker.
It's with the girl. I think he's been kidnapped or something. I don't know. She's in the back of the car and she's singing.
That was in the second.
Yeah, it's like a recreation of that. Anyway, that's the point. And the point being, that's the vibe of the movies.
Yeah.
Two guys show up to clean up this job, but there's only meant to be one of them, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm better than you. No, I'm better than you," and then you've got a movie
And they
for an hour and 48 minutes.
Yeah.
Do they kiss?
No.
Tune into the spoiler zone.
I know.
All right. Firstly, did you like the movie?
that was all right. It's a bit of fun romp
Yeah.
type beat, Nothing too special, but it's
Yeah.
fun thing.
Yeah. So no, absolutely. I'd say like, straight off the bat, this is like pretty unoriginal. I guess there's like nothing. There's nothing deeper about this movie or different than like most of these sort of
You
movies.
didn't tell me anything.
In fact, it could have been quite generic, but I think this is definitely 100% elevated by the actual actors.
Yes, that is
So I
the main
think-
selling point.
The chemistry between those two, amazing. I generally like. The movie's funny, but like, I can like imagine like the dialogue on the page, like when they're doing like a bit of their talking to each other. It's not like it's not
pretty-
super funny, but the way they deliver it makes it funnier than the actual material. If that makes sense.
Pretty what they say to each other is pretty normal.
Yeah, but they do it in a
Definitely.
way that's like I feel like kind of makes it a lot more funny than it actually is. So like credit to that. I credit also to the director. Good, like it's well directed. I think. Yeah, and I feel like if you just want to go into the movie for that, like back and forth between them, you'll get what you came for.
Or even if you're just a fan of the actor.
Yeah,
I think you get a lot of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I actually think this is one, and it's a pretty breezy because it's only an hour and 40 minutes or whatever. It's under 2 hours. It's on streaming. That's another thing.
Yeah.
So it's like a very convenient watch, and I think like genuinely, if you're a fan of the actors, I don't feel like you get disappointed at all. I think it's definitely worth checking out.
It's a plane type movie in my head.
Yeah,
A movie you find on the plane,
yeah.
and you'd be like,
Or like or you're on streaming, you're just scrolling through at night. You're like, I'm gonna eat my dinner. I need something to watch while I'm eating my dinner. Like this is like I feel like that sort of movie.
it's a easy.
Yeah, very easy.
Come on, boys.
I really liked actually in terms of date night sort of
Let the
thing.
alpha wolf come out.
Yeah, when the two boys who hate each other, you want to have a little date night together, and then you watch this, you go, "Whoa, that's
that
crazy!
could
This
be
is
us."
us."
And then you start Netflix and chill on the bed. How cool.
Yeah. Hey, we don't Netflix and chill. It's Apple TV. No,
Yeah.
Apple Plus, TV Plus. What is
It
it?
has to be Apple TV, right?
Apple TV
and
Amazon Prime.
and Apple TV and
Prime your cock. What's the synonym
And
of
the
chill?
rest. And rest on the bed.
What? Yes, rest is a synonym for sex, I
Yeah.
believe.
Sleep. They sleep.
Apple TV and
Do it.
Show me your pee.
Right.
That's
Apple TV and show me your PP. Yo, we're gonna be the next SoundCloud rappers.
yeah. Anyway, yeah.
We're gonna revolutionize gay trap.
I actually also really like how like I'd say like it's an hour and 40 minutes, right? It's really breezy, but also it really works to benefit the narrative because it all takes place in one night.
Yeah.
And that actually I found that kind of fun because it's like I'm almost watching it in real time. It's more like
Okay.
I don't know, I didn't get like super bored because it's just like it moves pretty quick and it's like
Yeah. It's paced with the short runtime and its pacing. It's nothing drags.
Yeah. I will say for me, I think the short run time did kind of fuck up a little bit at the end because it really rushes the last part to the point where it can't really resolve the movie at all. In fact, like there's like the core plot, right, which is like they've got to dispose of a body, right? And there's kind of like an underlying plot of like I guess some criminal underworld stuff. The criminal underworld stuff just doesn't get resolved. Like the way they do it without spoiling anything is kind of like a dialogue scene at the end, right before smash cut to credits. So that's like it isn't satisfying at all. But also, that was the part of the movie I just cared the least about.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, I was just there to watch these guys fuck around, you know,
And then maybe
fool around a little bit, maybe do some kissing. I don't know.
But the way they did it was, I guess they had to justify why things are happening.
Yeah,
So they made the characters speculate themselves why things are happening.
Yeah. And they do. I guess the director probably had to feel the need to up the action a little bit towards the end to get like a bit more. In terms of action and like, I thought the movie visually was really nice. A lot of great cinematography, beautiful wide shots for like the entire movie.
I like how it was wet.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of my favorite sequences. It wasn't even that exciting of a scene, but I really liked it. Was just when he's without spoiling. This isn't a spoiler actually. He's just putting a body in a car. Just the way it was shot was really nice. It was just like he's kind of like just panned back and forth. But it was like really good, and the framing was like perfect, and it was like he does a funny little trick with a car. What do you call them?
Hotel car.
A hotel car. There's a good joke about that.
Hotel car.
There's some really good physical comedy in the movie as well. The one gunfight in the movie is pretty funny. Though I must say the sound design for that part was pretty bad because the gunshots in this movie are really quiet. And just don't sound like gunshots at all. But that's like...
See, I've been desensitized to loud gunshots.
Because I was listening on headphones and I was like, this should be way louder.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a COD gamer, bro.
Oh,
I know I'm on my... But I guess maybe it added more to the funny gun... Because it wasn't like a serious gunfight. It was meant to be a bit of comedic bits.
Yeah.
Between the...
Which is why you can never get across the sound of a real loud gunshot in a movie. So might as well just play around with it.
Watch Dunkirk.
Watch my
Dunkirk.
Watch my mix of that one student film I did with guns in it.
Yeah.
that was me trying to make the guns really fucking loud.
Yeah.
Without
making them terribly distorted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the other thing I was gonna say? There's a car chase sequence that I thought was really funny.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into that one too much because there's basically they throw like a big surprise into the middle of the movie. Like that changes things up a lot, and I thought it was a great choice. I thought it made the movie a lot funnier.
Yeah.
And made it like less run its course. You know, it gave the movie a bit longer to go. You know what I mean? And I thought, it was a great choice. And they kind of. Like the world building's pretty funny because they kind of like build this world around the two guys and kind of like how they connect. And I thought that was good. It's just really that kind of like the subplotty aspect of it that I just wasn't really into.
Subplotty.
And it wraps up a little bit messily, I guess. That's my main complaints. And I guess, it's just not an interesting story, but like...
Yeah, it's pretty run of the mill.
I still like it a lot, actually. So like, yeah.
No issues really with this. It's just like I would have liked a longer ending. Yeah, as we've already mentioned. Feels like that we were really building up to the sex scene.
Yeah, exactly.
But maybe that's what the director wanted, is for us to, we had our own sexual tension on the couch at home watching this.
Legit, like the final scene, right? There's nobody else. Like it goes to the effort to show you there's no one else in the restaurant. So now is the time they can really go at it, but they just don't. It's weird. And they just cut immediately after that, right after they're about to kiss, and then it cuts.
Like, shit, it's over. What do
You
we
know
do
there's
now?
a Sopranos reference because in the last episode they're at a diner and then they cut to black.
I don't think it is. I think it's just diner. It could be a Pulp Fiction reference, bro.
Yeah, but did they cut to black at the diner?
Maybe when the movie ended, maybe
At the diner.
I think the final scene is at the diner.
Well, did they have sex at the?
Can we?
Well, they did in this one.
Sad.
This is a perfect dad movie. Actually, I feel like dads out there watch this movie. It's Brad Pitt and George Clooney.
Pretty dad core.
Yeah. And you know what? They both still got it. I'll say that much. They're both really. They can act. They're looking hot, even in their old age.
Think about the sex scene.
Yeah, Brad
Yeah.
spit and hug to on that Clooney.
Yo, I'm doing that Clooney. Bradley
Brad-
Pitt and George W. Clooney going
Brad
at
spit
it.
More
on
like
that fag.
Bradley spit.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to add, or can we go with spoilers?
Spoilers.
Okay, spoilers.
Spoiler zone. Spoiler zone. Bidding ba.
So yeah, I guess. Okay, so one thing I really liked that I couldn't talk about at all. First, yeah, how they kept the guy alive.
Yeah.
So you initially
What's
think
his
he
name again?
died, and I really like how it's a funny bit about how it's like magical drugs that kept his heartbeat so low. That was really funny. I don't know if you noticed in the car chase with the audio design, every time you cut to the guy running, he's also running really goofily, and he goes, "Ah!"
There's a little more.
It's like a little like Morty sort of thing, and I thought that was hilarious. That genuinely that made my day.
Good comedy.
Yeah. And that was probably actually my favorite sequence in the movie was the car chase.
that
It
was
was just so funny.
Slapstick comedy is real.
Yeah.
Chinatown.
Prior to that, the thing where they have I'm gonna call my guy, and it's the same person, the doctor and stuff. I thought that was a great bit as well.
Mm.
And I guess yeah, I like that whole segment or whatever. I think for me, when the movie kind of started to fall apart a bit was when they actually had to go, oh wait, we got to get back to this whole thing to do with the drugs and figuring out who took it and the grand conspiracy. That was when I was just like, okay, I don't really care about
But they
this
need to
one.
return the drugs.
One thing I liked is they didn't kill the guy at the end.
Yeah.
And I was happy with that because I actually genuinely liked that kid. He was funny.
Yeah.
There's a really good like interrogation scene in like a brothel. That was hilarious. Yeah.
There's some good
Guy
boys.
the
There's some
motel.
good boys.
Yeah. That was funny. Yeah. Yeah, sorry.
Let's
lost
talk
my train of
about
thought for
the
a second.
diner.
The diner, yeah.
Did they
So I
have
guess-
sex or not?
They didn't. We already kind of said they didn't, but the thing that kind of I didn't really like was just like they stumble upon to. I guess it's also kind of a joke because it's like, oh wait, the guy that you know is the guy that I know again.
Yeah.
Doing that bit again, and oh, it's connected. Like they're trying to wipe us out, and like, damn, that's like. By the way, that is literally what like it's Mr. and Mrs. Smith a little bit because that's what that's
Sure,
about
yeah.
as well. Brad Pitt was also in that movie. George Clooney's the new Angelina Jolie.
Yo.
Dang.
All right.
Wait till Angelina Jolie hears that.
Yeah, and then the movie just ends.
That's
Yeah, which I felt was like, oh, okay, a little
but
bit.
still. How are you gonna end it? How would you end it?
Sex.
I don't know. I would have actually wrapped everything up before they got to the diner. Well, I mean, I'm not that fucking writer, but like, I guess I would have.
Your Fast and Furious.
If I cared enough. Like the thing is, it doesn't bother me enough to really care that much about like the whole drug stuff and like what's going on there or whatever. But I guess I would have wrapped it up when that was wrapping up too.
Mm-hmm.
Then you could have like a cute little moment with them at the end, just like kissing or something.
Yeah, but they
It's
gotta
like-
keep it going. They'd be like, the story doesn't end here, guys.
Man.
Yeah, it ends with like a complete like
A
20-minute
shootout.
sex scene or something.
Well,
Oh, you want a
they
shootout? My
imply the
bad.
shootout, right?
Yeah, they did imply
Yes.
a shootout. Yeah,
And then they have
That's
sex.
the only
and there might be a sequel coming out or something.
So then they can make a sequel
Then we can have
Yeah,
them
but,
shooting each other out in the
inside.
sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, nah. Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
Do you think they will survive the shoot
maybe.
if they have a sequel? They'll just get entirely new guys.
Yeah. Or there's a funny bit where there's a couple. I don't know. I wasn't super into like I don't know what you call it, like mafioso types that
Yeah.
come up in the club. There were. I don't know.
Were they like Serbians?
I don't know.
They all look the same.
Yeah.
Tell that to the penguin.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? There's like a funny bit where like they put down their guns and then the one guy goes buddies, and then later the shootout. So yeah, there's a really funny shootout where he's shooting at him going, "You ain't wolves, you're buddies." That was hilarious, man. That was hilarious. Yeah.
Buddy cop
Buddy cock.
movie. Oh yeah, that guy did say you are like a wood. Because yada yada.
Yeah. So I personally felt like that part probably could have been cut out. I didn't really need the whole.
Also, how does it make sense that you have the same? If you have the same model gun, if you have both have like 9mm Glocks, that mean you're buddies?
Yes, dude, they're buddies. They're buddies. They're not wolves. They're buddies. You know how we have our matching 9mm Glocks? I'm gonna Glock in my Rari.
You guys cocks are 9mm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess I gotta go match them now. Okay, I'll get my machete out.
Whoa.
Live
Yeah,
circumcision on the pole.
And a bit more.
But like
Yeah.
gangsters use the same guns all the time because they can only afford like one type of.
Yeah.
Dick measuring contest.
But I actually I think that part was a little bit, I know, crazy enough, a little bit too unrealistic for me, I guess. Yeah,
I was
that's what
saying
you're saying, yeah. So I guess, yeah, probably could cut that part. But it was funny. Like it made the shootout part funny because he said, "You're not wolves, you're buddies," and that I was up until that point hadn't laughed out loud, but because I was in the law lounge at RMIT,
Damn,
and other people around me. But I did do a bit of a chuckle at that point because I thought it was
a little
tour. All right, do you want to do a verdict?
Verdict time for the wolf. Wolf. Wolves of Wolves. You know, fun little watch, a nice short featuring your favorites from these days. That core. I like it. Would recommend if you just want something to watch, a bit of action, a bit of crime thriller, but funny. Not the best thing out there, not the most unique thing out there, but a bit of fun in it.
Lad.
7 out of 10.
7.5 out of 10. Give me more.
Yeah, I'm thinking going between a 7.5 and an 8. I might go, you know what, to make it a nice average, I'll put it in an 8.
All right.
But yeah, generally this was like a lot of, it scratched that itch. I like that itch of just like having something fun to watch.
Yeah,
and that's why I'm not too harsh on it because like I don't want to overthink every fucking element of this movie. It's just like this is generally, I like as a father myself, it was so cool to see these guys back together. You know, just like hanging out, shooting the shit, literally and figuratively, and yeah.
This is one I'm gonna remember on the rewatch list when I go on the next plane ride.
Real.
Yeah.
You can tell your family to watch.
Yes, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's
it's
like me, because I'm an alpha wolf." And then everyone on the plane looks around like, "Who the fuck are these people?"
There are two wolves inside.
Your parents would recognize Brad Pitt.
Yes, they would.
Yeah.
My mom used to have the hots for George Clooney.
Yeah. And I think he still looks handsome. Like,
yeah, man.
Even in that's our Hollywood money, baby.
Hollywood.
Do you think he got them baby foreskin treatment?
Probably.
That's real. Look it up.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Fact check.
Well, he drinks that George Clooney coffee, right?
Oh yeah, he did have.
That's probably what keeps him
Nestle.
fresh.
Nestle.
Brad Pitt's also still sexiest man alive.
To be.
Sexiest man alive. That's what they used to call me
I
every
wish
single
like
day.
Brad Pitt's
All right. Speaking of which, let's talk about the other film.
the other sexiest man alive.
Sexiest man alive movie.
Sure, he's been on the sexiest man alive list. Like who does that one? Forbes?
That's a different thing. That's
Playboy
People
magazine?
magazine does People's sexiest man. Forbes is
Top 40 under 40.
like that sort of thing. Yeah.
Well, Trump would have here on Forbes anyways.
We probably would have.
in like 1982.
Yeah.
They didn't
Yeah.
explain in the movie though.
Well, we'll get into that, right?
It's
So,
a fashion contest.
The Apprentice. This is the new Trump biopic.
With artistic liberties.
Well, I mean,
Aren't
who
they
knows?
all?
Aren't they all? Yeah.
Yes.
This may not be the Robbie Williams movie with a monkey in it. Did you see? Have you seen that trailer?
Unfortunately,
Fuck the monkey?
They shot it in Melbourne as well.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
really?
Yeah, so I know some people that have seen the movie
Gee,
stuff.
but
Which
what's
is- yeah.
that?
Anyway, yeah. Point being, what was
The
it? Oh, sorry, I
Apprentice.
forgot what the point was being. Yeah, it's a
Biopic.
Trump biopic. It's starring Sebastian Stan
Mhm.
as Mr. Trump. You got Jeremy Strong, Succession fame, as Dementor guy,
What's his
The
name
mentor
again?
Roy Cohn.
Mr.
Yeah.
Cohn.
and Maria Bakalova
Ivan.
as
Ivana or Ivanka?
Ivana.
Ivana. Ivanka's the daughter.
yeah.
Ivana, what's it? Yeah, the other Trump
Yeah. Yeah.
wife.
Ivana Balaklava.
The story
The suburb.
follows a young Trump as he gets mentored by Roy into becoming successful.
I thought you were saying the
businessman.
mentors like dementia.
Dementors, like
Dementors.
the Harry Potter creature.
Oh shit.
Do you think that the mentors in Harry Potter have dementia?
Well, to be fair, Jeremy Strong did kind of look pretty gaunt, like a fucking
Wait,
ghosty
don't they
boy.
do some things with your memories, or is it your souls, or
It
something?
sucks out your soul, but then
Yo,
you,
he sucks. Sorry, yeah.
there's a hack
I'm
towards your soul.
joking on yourself.
But then you spaz out, right, and like remember shit. Or well, fucking Harry did because he's spastic. Like
I don't think you can say that, man.
No, you.
Yeah, you definitely gotta say
Harry's old enough to handle it.
that.
don't
Cut
think the
that part
internet
out.
is-
Cut that part out, man. Anyway,
Fact check it.
did you have a roadworker head sign?
I do.
That's funny.
I was
was
gonna
in
bring that up.
it was in my cupboard. Someone left.
Yeah,
I
that
put it
Oh,
up.
I thought you
authentic.
just pick it off the street.
Nah.
I know
Yeah.
tons of people who pick up roadworker head signs off the street and they use them as like paint canvases.
Oh
They're
shit.
pretty good paint canvases.
Is there like
actually.
They
what
do
the
it
fuck
for
is this
the-
shit?
Yo,
Why
why
is
is this fly doing
burnouts?
burnouts? It's a moth. I mean, this moth is doing burnouts in the middle
Is
of our
that
room.
like the Drew Gooden reference with the roadworks ahead?
Does
I
he have
sure
a
hope
sign?
it does.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, we could make it.
I have not
A
heard that
reference.
before.
yeah, that's a classic Vine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic
Oh, I
vibes.
have seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sure hope it does.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just made of what do you call the material? Not
The-
canvas, but the plastic fucking thing.
Yes, the. Anyways, I invented plastic for roadwork signs.
Anyway, yeah. So back to Trump. Yeah, that's what the story is. It's
Trump is doing
him being
an
mentored
apprenticeship.
and being better businessman, trying to build
And
stuff.
how to play the game
Yeah,
of life.
Game of Life. Is it Hasbro that made Game of Life?
Yeah, we played that a bit. We had the video
The
game.
video game.
I
right?
has bro.
And how to win, not lose.
Yeah,
Like losers get a win, like winner.
yeah. So first of all,
The off.
did you
First of
like
all.
it?
I thought it was kind of good. Yeah, I enjoyed my watch.
I enjoyed the watch, especially because I was sitting with you two boys.
Pointing at the screen.
Pointing at the
viewing.
screen. I was literally pointing at the screen. We're in the
Yeah.
back row, so only like oh no, we were in the
Yeah.
second back row, so only one row of people saw me raise
Taking
my
back
hand.
shots in the back row type shit.
That's it. That's it. I'm just like, I didn't have any other purpose of watching this movie other than
Yeah.
making Trump jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought this was way better than it was going to be. The trailers kind of looked not that good, but you know what?
Yeah.
Pretty good. I think this is very well made,
Mm-hmm.
extremely well acted.
Yep.
I thought that I already talked to you boys about this when we watched it, but I thought that the Sebastian Stan would be doing like a a bit of a caricature impression.
Exaggerated.
But I feel like
impression.
he really studied Trump and like got into his mannerisms.
Did you hear when he was on the Talk to a podcast? He wasn't on that one, but he was on a podcast.
Yeah.
And he was like,
Taliban?
oh no, sorry. This was not a podcast. This was just like a
An
panel
interview?
with the director.
Yeah.
And he was like, I was listening to Trump every single day, 24 hours. Like, I
that must be
was
nice.
shitting in the toilet with Donald Trump in my ears.
That's a beautiful life.
Yeah.
Damn. That shit's gonna be a winner.
That is a winning man's.
Let's go.
Team.
Best
Yeah.
actor.
That's crazy there. Yeah. And I think he put on like weight and stuff for the role as well.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
yeah,
must
yeah.
have.
Damn, like also gradually though, like fit within the time frames.
What do you mean?
So for the 70s scenes, he won't get on as
Well,
much
as in,
weight, and then the
because
80s.
Sebastian
The
Stan's generally pretty ripped because he's Winter Soldier. Yeah, so he put on weight for the movie, like
Right.
regardless, because yeah. But that's the point being, great performance. I thought Jeremy Strong was really good in the movie as well.
Mm.
In fact, I'd say like the first, I don't know, half of the movie where Jeremy Strong's character is, well, I don't want to say this, but I guess at his most strong.
Yeah.
I thought he like stole the show completely. I thought he was the best performance. He was so good. And just every scene he was in, I was just like, I want to know more about this guy. I want to know, this guy's crazy, man. But I guess to the detriment of the movie, but it's also true to the real life. He gets weaker. I don't want to get into spoilers, right? But he gets weaker throughout the movie. And that's kind of also my interest in the film started waning with him,
He
because I
became
was
a
like,
loser.
sure.
He was losing.
But losing life, yeah.
losing the game of life.
The game of life. But the game of life is rigged, like the Hasbro game of life, because you can't
That's
do
why
anything.
You gotta do whatever you can to
Just
win.
life.
Just like
Yeah,
life. I guess that's how they get shit.
be a winner. You
Yeah.
gotta attack.
You see,
Attack.
Roy was playing Game of Life, but Trump was playing Monopoly.
Yeah, that's the real difference. There.
real
He
man's
was buying
game.
a building.
So I guess that's an interesting thing to me, because it's like his performance sort of correlated to my enjoyment of the movie. Because I guess as the
Right.
movie went on, I got less and less interested.
Mhm.
Which will bring me to a complaint later. But I just wanted to go Maria Bakalova,
Yeah.
who we've seen in Borat and Guardians.
Amawa.
Yeah. She's so good. She's so good as well.
Mm.
Yeah. So like 3
Fantastic.
fantastic performances. And yeah, I thought it was better than I thought it was going to be, also because just like it's so well produced, great cinematography. It looks like a documentary. Remember at the start of the movie how they put a thing up going, this is in a 4:3 aspect ratio or
Yes.
something, but it's the director's vision. Yeah. I guess,
Did it get wider gradually or not?
nah, you're thinking of Trump.
It did get wider.
Yeah. Got him. I
That's
got
true,
him
got
there.
him. Yeah, and it's is it shot in film or does it just look like film?
I reckon they did, but like I don't know.
Yeah, because the colors and the grainy texture looks like film.
Yeah, I
that
think they
looks
did
good.
actually shoot it. They do like such a good job, because they also try to match archival footage and stuff as well.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And that's where
That
it
adds
looks
to
like
the
genuinely really good.
documentary feel.
Yeah,
Right?
and and I thought it like really they nailed the documentary feel. I reckon
Mhm.
looks great.
So we got the camera movement,
Yeah.
shot choices, the
Yeah.
handheld biz.
Now, where my complaints lie are, I guess, the story, right? Because I don't
Yeah.
think the story justifies a movie, because it's firstly, it's one particular point in Trump's life, right? It's particularly the one where Roy is training him.
Yes.
So you're not going to get, like, if you're going in expecting it's going to be about the politics stuff, it's not. It's not going
Suppose
to.
it's the evolution
Literally,
towards
the
it.
final stinger of the movie is him going, nah, I'm never going to run for politics. And it's like,
That's
oh,
the
they did it
joke.
twice in the film. They did one in the middle and then one at the end.
yeah.
But that's the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I said, yeah.
But
You
at
hit
the
him with
same
the jump
time,
class.
the movie kind of explains the evolution of how Trump became the character he is now, and how that would translate to his current political
sort
thing.
of, but I don't think enough.
Yeah.
Because I think that is very important that they don't touch upon at all enough is the fact that like Trump's like building up all of his business and all of that. He's getting to the real estate and he's building all of these buildings and shit. And it doesn't touch upon the fact that he's gonna go bankrupt. Like they go like, oh, you're not spending your money wisely, blah blah blah. But it never reaches the point of catharsis.
The point of climax of bankruptcy didn't happen, but towards the end they were like, "You owe us money, dude.
Yeah.
Give us some money." He's like, "Don't worry about it.
But
I'll get my money."
It doesn't. Yes, I don't think the movie ended very well.
Yes,
Kind of just ends. Also, like the previous movie we talked about, very abruptly.
because it was focused on fucking
Roy. Yeah.
not about.
So I guess so that's the first thing, right? Don't go in expecting it's going to give you like anything post the 90s.
Yeah, stop that.
Yeah. So you take it in as Trump and Roy, right? But also, I don't think the story of that is even that interesting. I think the first half is way more interesting than the last half, where it's like Roy teaching him, and he's kind of like,
"Damn, you can do this.
You can do this." And I guess the second half is kind of being like how Trump has taken those teachings and maybe gone and maybe taken some of the teachings too far or something.
Yeah.
But it's kind of boring and too long.
I mean, especially towards
that's why I thought the first half was pretty enjoyable when it's like, interesting or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're really like, I don't know. There's also the thing of just like, he's a rich dude and there's not much, like he doesn't really, the struggles he has in the movie aren't really, just like like when he's like making the choice of where to invest his money, like that's like, who cares? When he struggles with his dad because his dad's like, I don't know if you should build that building, and he's like, well, this is a really risky decision, but I'm gonna do it.
Well, that's a point with Roy of like how he's his favorite father, I suppose. But he became a father figure compared to his actual father. His daddy.
Yeah, but I guess like the film, like the equivalent for us would be like if I chose to get a burger today.
Yeah.
But then I don't know, you are my dad, and you came along and said,
"How about you
don't do that, buddy?" And then that's kind of like the level of conflict in the film, but I guess puts a lot of money on that, and I just don't find that interesting at all.
Yeah.
I do think the strength is the Roy and Trump relationship, and it's there, but it kind of fades away into the background a bit. And it's both a directorial choice because of this narrative,
I suppose,
but also like
real life where Trump gets more successful and grows further apart and move away to doing their own thing.
Like perhaps we could have cut to a scene where they're both looking out the window at the same moon and they're thinking about each other.
Yeah,
like that would have really.
Very romantic.
Yeah,
and then
they start howling and they realize they're two wolves,
and then they make out and kiss.
Yeah,
telepathically.
Yeah,
but you know how the movie stagnates towards the end, like how a business stagnates. That's what's happening in the movie.
Yeah,
business is stagnant.
Well, according to Trump in the movie, his business is booming. Yeah. But that's also that's where my problem is. You don't get the catharsis of whether or not the business goes, like where does it go?
Yeah,
because it just kind of leaves that having no real point.
True.
Trump's marriage is an interesting part, and I guess that's cool to get some insight into that.
Yeah, but is it real?
Probably.
Fact checked by Ivana.
Well, that's every single movie is just like every biopic is like that, right?
I guess.
I guess. Oh, I forgot to kind of mention this. I guess this movie was surprising to me. I thought this would be very like overtly political satire, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's less. It presents things more matter of factly than I thought it would, which is like
there's a few jabs here and there.
yeah, but like that's also because Trump just kind of does it to himself, you know.
Yeah.
When he'll just because he says things and then they're just funny.
Oh,
But
there's
yeah,
I mean, Roy, a big part of his character is all, I'm doing this for America.
yeah,
That real?
Who's your dad?
And I mean, and that somehow becomes a value that Trump brings into his own
Yeah.
heart and believes, like, yeah, I'm doing this for America. And that kind of translates into his political ventures.
but it goes like Trump takes those values, but kind of like makes them selfish, and he doesn't really care about anyone else.
Roy is doing it out of his.
I think he's definitely doing it for selfish reasons, and like that's the whole hypocrisy of it, right? And everything's corrupt, and it all sucks. That's kind of a point of the movie, I guess.
Yes, but I'm also.
Everything sucks.
Yeah,
It's all crap, but I'm the one golden goose.
But I'm also doing the corrupt things. But it's for America.
Yeah. What else is there to say about? I mean, I say this movie's good, but like, not great.
Yes.
But like overall, it's just a story that didn't need to be told. It could have been in an email.
Yeah. Or I feel like it's not told in the best way.
Yeah.
Or like, narrative wise. Could have been a more extravagant type beat or ended.
I guess I'm trying to think of other film equivalents. But is it like Harry Potter and Dumbledore? If they
Yes.
So I guess take this is the Half-Blood Prince, but boring. And some people don't even like Half-Blood Prince, so there you go.
I'm not a fucking businessman, Roy. Well, then you're not a fucking businessman, Roy.
You're a winner, Donald.
You're a winner.
You're fucking
Winner and wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Do you remember what's the 3 rules of winning?
Is it kill? No.
Attack
Attack.
Yeah,
Never admit defeat.
Yes.
and deny everything.
Deny everything.
Never admit defeat is the third one.
Yeah.
Deny
yeah.
everything is the second.
If that's real, then it's.
I'm pretty sure they're in his book.
Oh, and it's
Because
the
they
art
wrote the
of the
book at the end. Yeah,
deal. Then that's real.
Yeah, that is real.
Because he still does that.
Yeah.
I should read that book someday.
Sure. Jack's book corner. Why not?
Yeah.
That's gonna be Deo's.
Well, he's taking the corner, so what are you gonna taking?
Yeah, if there's
book.
you can see on the other side of the room.
Deo's book.
There's books
room.
other side of the room.
Yeah.
The Talk Tour podcast. You're
That's already been taken.
I know, you're gonna take the art of the deal onto the Talk Tour podcast, and you're gonna talk about his sex life.
Yeah.
I have a wife.
I'm gonna pay you.
Is there anything else? I don't know. It's kind of like it, right?
What's back the man? He's good. He mug.
Yeah. He's good.
We
he's
forgot
good.
to mug with the. Doing.
Oh, I completely forgot.
Yeah.
We can all chew gum afterwards, I guess.
Bye.
All right, you're gonna go. There's nothing to really spoil, right?
No, sir.
But it's not. Y'all know who Trump is.
Yeah.
Are you aware of the Donald?
I guess it touches on some stuff like it's a biopic though, like a death of the family or something that's just happened, right?
based on real life event.
Do we talk about like the stuff that may or may not be based on real life? You know the one scene.
9/11.
Oh well, that didn't happen yet in the film.
Oh, I
Yeah.
guess there is like. All right, well, we'll go with spoiler zone. Also, I guess sensitive subject matter zone,
Yes.
real
Yes.
quick.
Oh,
Which
yeah,
we
trigger warning.
really should have. I regret not doing that for the Joker. I think I probably should have talked about the.
Was-
Yeah.
Yeah, if you think
No, I'm talking about when we did the Joker review, and I'm not talking about the Joker now. Well, this has no
Yeah.
Joker
Yeah.
connection. There's no Joker
Yeah.
connections.
You want to know how the
Except
scars-
for how Trump is kind of the Joker.
Yes.
Yes. I guess there is like one scene depicting sexual assault
Yes.
within the
The movie.
relationship of him and his wife. I could go research to see if that's real or not, but
Yeah,
also
fact
I
check.
can't be bothered
I
right
don't
now.
want that on my search history.
Um,
Can the patriotic
I don't know.
fact
What did you want to
checkers
say
fact check
about
that?
it?
That it happened, and
Oh,
you
it
know,
happened.
artistic liberty, biopics, what have you.
I don't know.
Will the big man comment on it?
But
see the
Trump,
movie.
the thing is, Trump has had sexual harassment lawsuits and
Yeah.
sexual assault and
Allegation.
stuff. So like,
It's nothing new.
it's not out of the realm of possibility. He's publicly said things that have been sexual harassment.
Yes. Well, to be
Yeah.
fair,
Hey,
if you're saying it's not out of the realm of possibility, you can say that about anyone.
No, I'm not saying literally anything. I'm talking about specifically with
Yes.
this guy. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah.
He's
Like he's
more
a
likely
known
to do
sexual
so.
predator. Let me put it
Alright,
that
yes.
way. Yeah. So like probably. Hey,
probable.
real. All right. Final verdicts.
yes. Yes.
The Apprentice.
Yes.
The movie. It looks good. Act real nice. Did the Trump? Did the Roy Cohn?
Get into it. Oh, come on, give us the impression.
It's a very good movie. You know, sometimes you're just gonna win. Can't be like the losers in Atlantic City. I'm gonna give this one another 7.
You know, this movie was a great representation of how I choose to go about in my life. Sebastian Stan, actor of his time.
Currently of his time.
Certainly.
Certainly. I'll give it a 6.5.
Yeah. I was thinking a 7. Maybe I should lower it for the average. Yeah.
You're doing it for the average.
Like, well, because I walked out going to 7, but now I think about it more and I'm like, who would watch this? And I'm kind of like,
Me.
no one. Sure. I mean, like, it's not.
You would want to have people.
Because I'm
to
thinking,
fuck around with.
is it? Would I really recommend this movie? Is it really worth watching? I'm kind of like, nah, because it's not going to teach you anything new unless you really invested in this Roy guy. And even then, I don't think they do him justice enough
So
because the
basically,
Trump movie.
you can watch it for Sebastian Stan.
Yeah, well, even more, I think Jeremy Strong.
Oh,
like
I
Jeremy
forgot to
Strong's really
mention
fucking
they
good.
use a
Yeah.
lot of nice licensed music from the eras. I like that.
Yeah. A real Eras tour.
Yeah,
That's it. That's it.
Talk tour. Maybe I'll give it a 6. Nice.
You know, there's
Average
some
is-
funny moments.
Yeah.
Or when Mr. Trump was trying to be romantic. Remember that?
Yeah.
The
This movie
laughs.
did have like funny moments. It's
Comedic
mainly when it cut
moments.
away to just Trump looking at things. That's kind of
Yeah.
like just a
Moment.
funny
That
thing.
was funny.
It's also just really long.
Yeah,
Like
it is a bit
needlessly
long.
long. And the second half of the movie I think is genuinely boring to bad. So it's like
Not
I like
They
half-
could have cut out a bit of the middle of that second half, I reckon.
I think
And then maybe
the
extend
entire
it a bit
ending
more.
part probably could
So
have
where are you
gone.
gonna end it?
Go home.
To be honest, if you like, all right, if you really get nitty gritty into this, if you don't want to focus on the actual business stuff like they didn't do at the end,
Yeah.
cut most of the building the tower parts.
Alright. Yeah,
End it, I guess, with the last scene with Roy or whatever.
I suppose.
That would be where I'd have wrapped it, I guess. Don't need
Yeah, I
that
don't know
final
what-
scene where he talks about presidency. Don't need that. That can be gone.
The art of the deed.
Because that doesn't really matter for this movie.
Fan service.
Yeah, it's a Marvel fucking teaser. That's what it is. It really is. It's what it actually is the end credits, not end credit. It's that one scene in Iron Man 1 where War Machine looks at the suit and goes, "Next time, baby,"
Oh, yeah.
because it's literally that because he's like, "I
Yeah,
don't want to
that's-
now." Yeah,
In the sequel, he will be president.
yeah. Apprentice 2. Also, there's no reference to the actual show, The Apprentice. So
Yeah. The Crazy. So what's your score again?
A 6.
Wow.
Which is a good, by the way.
Positive
Remember, it's a
score.
good score.
Yeah, how fruitful.
So like, it's not bad. Yeah.
It gives us a 6.5.
So both movies, maybe a bit of fun. One
Yeah.
more than the other, maybe.
But still, my movie's the best
You know what?
movie.
Maybe these are both dad movies.
Dads would love my movie.
This is Dad Week.
And-
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to the dads out there.
Maybe if you have a long lost father, you can bring him back together to watch the Trump movie or the Wolf.
Yeah. Get your favorite father figure to watch this movie with.
That's it. And I think to wrap this up, we should unwrap our mugging mediums.
Oh, before that, I can talk about the Terrifier one. I don't know why I started unwrapping.
Arigato.
All right.
Zippo.
What
Not
flavor is
sponsored.
this?
Strawberry.
Strawberry.
All right. For our fun segment, trying to talk while chewing. I'm going to talk about the Terrifier 3 and say I liked it more than the other two.
Damn.
5 out of 10. 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. It was
Why is
pretty
it
cool.
better?
Huh?
Why is it better?
Oh, you want to know why?
Yeah.
It's more, I guess, self-referential. There's a part where he just does the Shining, here's Johnny scene.
Yeah.
He's also, they take, the design of Art the Clown, how he carries around like a big bag.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But they take Santa, because Santa is kind of like him. He carries around a big bag. So he dresses up as Santa and then like massacres the family.
Nice.
He also brings his Santa bag to the mall and hands out presents to kids, as like, when they had the Santas at the mall.
Yeah.
And they just, all of the toys are bombs and then
They blow up.
bombing.
Crazy.
Because it's the Terrifier. You see everything. You just dismembered kids everywhere. Wait, that's not why it's funny. Sorry.
That's why it's better.
Sorry, I was going to talk about how it's grosser.
Oh,
And that's, I guess, one of the things, right? I don't think anything tops the second movie. They have, like, a scene of, like, absolute dismemberment in a bedroom. There's blood everywhere, and it's, like, he's eating and taking apart this girl. But this one has a very gnarly scene in a shower where this dude and his girlfriend are fucking. And he takes a dude and he just chainsaws him right up the middle. All the male audience was like, holy shit.
touch their bowl.
Yep. See everything.
Big
Sound great.
balls.
Also, hell kind of exists in this movie. I don't know where the hell opens up from beneath the floor
Damn.
at the end. Because they kind of add like a little lore to it, and like the main character has like a sword that can like summon.
The devil
I don't know.
had summon hell.
They both expand on the lore and didn't expand enough, so it's like what's actually going on? I don't really know.
Damn.
Law and order.
But I'm kind of interested because like I feel like Art the Clown might become like a horror staple. You know,
Alpha clown.
he's like really popular this year. There are people dressed up as him at the premiere.
Yeah, right.
Oh damn.
I reckon
Yeah.
Halloween we might see a lot of people dressed as him. I reckon.
But I think we'll
Clown.
see more Alpha Fleck.
And I actually, no one's watched. Everyone's actually watching Terrifier instead of
Yeah, man.
Joker.
That's it.
Terrifier is like crushing it at the box office.
Mm.
It's the number one on the box office right now for this week.
Well, that's a week of mostly up.
Anyway, that's it. Yeah. Above all, remember, stop eating it grilled.
Yeah.
So we
If you
start
ever
and
were.
we finish. And now the finisher.
Watch a good movie instead,
Like Megalopolis.
like Megalopolis.
Yay.
Maybe you'll see a guy. He'll say, "Hey, I'm driver. How's it going? Do you mind if I talk to you about something?"
Oh, to you.
Talk to her. All right, check us out.
Oh,
Social media. Talk to a pods at
email
gmail.com.
at unholy.pod on your favorite social media sites, YouTube, and 3.unholy.things@gmail.com for your email inquiries. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and more places in the future.
That's right. Future. Future.
Future. He
And
belongs to the
always
streets.
remember, if Young Metro don't trust you, he gonna cheat you.
That's real.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you next week.
I trust you to watch us next
Bye.
week.